Hi, my name is Alex, and today I'm super excited to show you how to take your PowerPoint presentations to the next level with PowerUser. But first, what is PowerUser? Well, PowerUser is a productivity solution for PowerPoint, Excel, and Word. Hundreds of organizations around the globe leverage PowerUser to boost their productivity, unlocking superpowers to prepare high-quality business documents. PowerUser helps you solve three typical challenges of PowerPoint and Excel. First, it boosts your impact with high-quality visuals for clear and effective communication. Second, it automates formatting tasks, so you don't have to spend hours changing colors and aligning boxes manually. Third, it helps you easily stay on brand and even helps you manage documents from different brands. So how does it work? Well, here is an overview of PowerUser's key capabilities. We try to help at every step of the presentation design process. Key features include templates management, a library of content that gives you access to slides, icons, flags, pictures, logos, and more. Charts and maps for data visualization, an Excel PowerPoint link to automate the update of a presentation based on Excel data, an AI assistant to translate, correct, or rephrase your text, a toolbar to align and resize objects super quick, an agenda builder, and bulk formatting features to ensure that colors, fonts, title position, or bullet styles are consistent in the entire presentation. Before you can use all this, you will need PowerUser installed on your computer. It can be downloaded directly from the PowerUser website. Once installed, restart PowerPoint, and you'll be prompted to activate the license with your email address. Now that we're all set, let's get started. The first PowerUser feature I recommend you explore is the library. It gives you access to thousands of resources like slides, icons, flags, pictures, logos, charts, maps, and more. Let's start with slides. Instead of wasting hours designing slides from a blank page, I can browse almost 1,000 templates here. Whenever there is a slide I like, I can click to insert it in my presentation. I can filter these slides based on the number of elements I need. If I want to present 4 ideas, I can use the categories to see only slides with 4 objects, making it super easy to find the best slide to present my 4 messages. Note that the library can be customized to your company's visual identity. Make sure you contact PowerUser if you need this set up. To customize the library with your own slides, just right-click some slides and hit Save in Library, and it will become available under My Templates here. This is great to avoid looking for slides in old presentations. Even better, admins can save slides for your entire organization, ensuring all team members have direct access to the same version of all the key slides. For instance, you can have CVs, case studies, proposal slides, or your company presentation directly available in your PowerUser library, improving reusability, collaboration, and version consistency. Now, the slides can be inserted keeping source formatting, meaning keeping the original colors. But we can also insert with the destination theme so that they automatically adjust to the colors of my current presentation, which is great if you work for a client and need to prepare slides with their colors. To switch between source formatting and destination theme, click this button here on the right. Next to the templates, we can browse for icons. PowerUser comes with 8,000 icons, organized in different themes: line icons, flat icons, color icons, illustrations, flags, and wireframes. We can search icons by keywords, for instance here looking for charts-related icons. We can also search by categories such as finance, science, or technology. All icons are vectors, meaning we can resize or recolor them without issue. If you right-click an icon, you'll see you can also apply a quick style, like putting your icon in a circle. Let's continue with pictures. The library includes millions of stock pictures from Unsplash and Pexels, generation of images using AI, a logo browser, as well as the ability to add your organization's own images, like headshots of team members or marketing images. Unsplash and Pexels give you access to over 10 million pictures combined. With one keyword, I can find thousands of images, all royalty-free, so I don't have to worry about intellectual property. They'll automatically insert at the right size for my slide. If you need something more specific, you can also generate images using AI. Just write a prompt, for instance, a rocket landing on Mars. I'm going to ask for something realistic with a photo style. You can add various parameters to your prompt. And in just 1 second, I get a nice visual for my presentation. Now let's say we don't want regular pictures, but really just company logos. We can choose the Logos option here, type a company name, for instance Microsoft, and get the logo directly on the slide in colors or in grayscale. That's perfect to create nice-looking logo slides. For more quantitative slides, we need charts. Microsoft Office has a limited number of charts. The library includes 100 different charts to let you create more advanced visualization that really make your data stand out and shine. Available charts include the Waterfall, the Gantt, Meko, and Sankey, but also arrow charts, slopes, dumbbells, panel charts, or tornadoes. They work as templates, so you need to first insert a chart, then go to Chart Design, edit data, and update the values in the Excel sheet. Like the rest of the library, charts are available in PowerPoint, but also Excel and Word. They are designed with compatibility in mind. You can share them with people who don't have a Power User license. They will still be able to edit them. The charts can also be customized with your organization's colors, fonts, and other branding guidelines. You can also right-click a chart to add elements such as C. Yeager arrows. For geographical data, the library includes 350 maps, including all countries, all continents, all U.S. states, and more. Maps can be edited manually as a group of PowerPoint shapes. But they also behave as charts. Edit the values in the data table, then right-click the map and click Update Maps, and the map will be recolored automatically based on the values from the data table. We can hide or show values in area names, change the gradient color, or define custom ranges illustrated with different colors. The final item in the library was specifically designed for teams working on commercial proposals. Finding and formatting the relevant credentials to demonstrate expertise can be a tedious process. But with Tombstones, I can filter my company's client list by dates, industry, language, and other fields. I can also select one of the layouts set up by my organization. Here I can see all the credentials matching my filters. I can then select a few, and Power User will automatically create the slides with these credentials for my proposal. If you need this set up for your team, please contact Power User for guidance. Next to the library, the pyramid icon right here lets you insert diagrams. Diagrams behave dynamically, like this traffic light. Available diagrams include Harvey balls, gauges, circular diagrams, stars, and more. Now we have covered all the visual content you can find in Power User. Keep in mind that everything can be customized to your brand identity, and you can bring your own documents, slides, icons, pictures, charts, or credentials to the library. You can also have document templates set up for your organization and centrally managed by an administrator, helping you create branded documents. Those themes can also be set as default, making sure all users in your organization follow your brand's guidelines naturally without effort in PowerPoint, Excel, and Word. Feel free to get in touch to learn how. Now let's move to the second part of this presentation. A big part of the time we spend on PowerPoint is spent on very basic tasks like inserting, resizing, aligning, and formatting boxes. With Power User, all the buttons you need daily are regrouped under a single alignment toolbar. Power User also brings new buttons quite handy to work with shapes. I can give my shapes the same height, width, or size. I can align and distribute. I can swap shapes position symmetrically, bring my shapes closer, move them apart, stack, unstack, group or ungroup, rotate, change colors or other text properties. I can also merge all the text in a single shape, or on the contrary, split it into different shapes. I can also organize content automatically in rows and columns. On this slide, I have a number of logos. I'm going to click this button here with the little squares of color. It shows I have 32 objects selected. I'm going to organize them as 4 rows and 8 columns. I can adjust the spacing and click OK. Now my logos are perfectly aligned in 4 rows and 8 columns. Power User also lets me insert sticky notes to quickly take notes on any slide, like this. This is great to add live comments to slides during a meeting. I can also add stamps to display on all my slides from this button here. Let's add a simple draft stamp here. Then I can remove it just as easily from all slides at once. Sometimes, just selecting shapes one by one can be painful. Now, if I need to select all the orange shapes, I can just select one and select all shapes with the same fill color from this cool menu here. I could do the same to select all shapes with the same size, font size, or text using any of these criteria. Power User also lets you define custom keyboard shortcuts. At the very top left of the ribbon, open the Command Center here. Locate a command and type a shortcut. Here, Control-8 to align at the top. And now Control-8 aligns to the top. Now that we have prepared some slides, we want to review them and fix any formatting issues. For this, we're going to use the Cleaner, a fantastic tool to ensure consistency. Let's open the Cleaner from here. Power User then shows me all the inconsistencies I should check. For instance, I have inconsistent fonts with 34 shapes using Arial instead of my theme font Calibri. I see the different Arial shapes, and in one click, I can turn them back to Calibri. I can also choose Fix All, and in one click, I'm making sure every single shape in my presentation is using the Calibri font. I can also fix color inconsistencies. It shows all the colors in my presentation, and I'm going to replace this orange with a dark blue. I could replace selectively in text, fill colors or outlines, but let's just run it everywhere at once. Now Power User has replaced 319 colors in just a few seconds, saving me potentially hours. The Cleaner shows many other issues. I can see I have a duplicate word here. Let's remove it. I have some extra space there. Let's remove it. I have some empty placeholders, some highlighted text. I also see that some slides are missing the page number. Let's fix it everywhere and the page numbers reappear. Let's also fix the footers on all slides. Here they are. I can also check for potentially confidential data in my presentation. I can see I have a slide note here, and I can remove it. I may have some content to remove from outside the scope of my slide. I may also have some document properties that nobody will think of checking, but that suddenly become visible when the PowerPoint is turned into a PDF, like the title properties or alt text. So let's remove these as well. To finish, I can also make my file smaller by compressing media and removing unused layouts. The Cleaner is really a great tool to keep your presentation clean and consistent. I really recommend to use it before sharing any presentation. Now let's continue with another powerful formatting tool called the Smart Painter. The Smart Painter is like an advanced format painter. While the Format Painter can be used to copy the format of one shape and apply it to another shape, it is not flexible as it applies all formatting options at once. The Smart Painter gives you much more flexibility and control. Let me show you how. First, let's copy an object with the Smart Painter. For this, select it and click here where it says Smart Painter Copy Format, and it will memorize my selection. Now, whenever I need, I can use the button just below that says Smart Painter Apply Format. I can then choose which properties to reuse. I can copy the fill and outline colors, plus the shape size, and nothing else. I could also easily apply the margins and line spacing, for instance, like this. I can also copy the shape angles to ensure my shapes have the same rounded angles. I can even copy the shape position. This is already great and it gives me a lot of flexibility. But there is more. I can use the Smart Painter to format shapes in bulk on dozens or hundreds of slides at once. Let's take a couple of examples. A typical pain point in PowerPoint is to keep the slide title's format and position consistent. So what I'm going to do is to save one title as the reference shape. This title has been memorized. Now I can use the Smart Painter to reuse all this title's properties: its format, its size, its position. Now the trick is in this drop-down at the bottom. Instead of applying to selected shapes, let's choose Slide Titles. And just like this, all the titles on all my slides are perfectly formatted and consistently aligned. Now a second example is with bullets. It is very difficult to keep the bullet style consistent in a presentation. So I'm going to take a shape with the bullet style I want and make it the new reference. And then I can reuse the bullet style, not just on one other shape, but I'm going to run this on all shapes of all slides. And now everywhere I have bullets in my entire presentation, they will be adjusted to match the chosen style level by level. As you can see, the Smart Painter can be a huge time saver. You can move, resize, or format objects in bulk on hundreds of slides if you can define them using one of the criteria in this list. Next, let's see one of the most powerful functionalities of PowerUser. When you have a presentation with a lot of data, keeping the presentation up to date can be very painful. Every time there is a change in the underlying data or hypothesis, you have to select each chart and table and delete it, go to Excel, update the values, copy the object, go back to PowerPoint, paste it, then resize and reposition it on the slide. Instead of wasting hours updating your reports manually like this, you can use PowerUser to link your Excel and your PowerPoint. Copy a chart or table from Excel, paste it in PowerPoint, and you will see a link button appear. PowerUser automatically detects that you have pasted content from Excel and suggests you create a link. Just click this button, and now this chart is linked with Excel. If I change some values in Excel, the chart will update in PowerPoint automatically. If you have a lot of charts and tables like this, it can save you many hours. Now, charts and tables are great, but you probably have also data in comments or slide titles. You don't want to manually update the values in these comments every time, as this is something that could likely result in manual errors. So what you can do is right-click inside your text, and you will see that in the right-click menu, there is an option at the bottom to insert a link to an Excel cell. I can reference any cell from my spreadsheet, and now my sentence includes a variable linked to the value of this cell. To manage your links, click this button visible on each linked object. It opens the Link Manager. Here I can see all the links in my presentation. I can see on which slide it is. I can also see where the Excel source for the data is located. I can click this Target button to go to the source. I also see when the last update was made, and I could break links if needed. My presentation has 19 links. I could update them one by one, but let's update them all from here. And done! Now, what happens if you rename or move your files? You might expect the links to break, right? Well, in fact, PowerUser's link won't break if you rename, move, or email your files. You'll just need to reopen the Excel, click Update, and the link will be reestablished. This way, you can manage multiple versions of your files. Just open the version of the Excel file you want to update with, click Update, and the two files will be connected. This functionality is exceptionally powerful for teams working in finance or preparing reports frequently. Once the links are created, a single click to update can really save you hours. Now let's say I want to share some of these slides with a colleague. I can simply right-click my slides and click Send Selected Slides as PPTX. It automatically creates an email with only these slides attached, ready to send. Before this, I would have to go through 7 steps to prepare my email, then reopen the presentation I was working on. Now in 2 clicks, my email is ready. But there is more. I have a more extensive menu here where I can choose to save or send with different format options. I'm going to choose to send as a PDF, and here my email is ready. I can also rename my file without closing it or add a password protection. Next, let's see how you can use PowerUser's AI Assistant to work on text. The AI Assistant can be used by simply right-clicking any text in your presentation. Let's fix spelling and grammar. Now let's adjust the tone to make it sound more professional. Now I'm going to translate it into German. I can also automatically convert this into bullet points. The AI Assistant is a really cool sidekick. It is based on an integration with OpenAI. The data will never be used to train AI models. OpenAI applies a retention period of 30 days to monitor for abuse and ensure system integrity. After that, data is automatically deleted unless legally required. Note that this functionality can be disabled for any organization. Let's finish with one final PowerUser feature, the agenda. The agenda lets you structure your presentation with a table of contents, divider slides, and breadcrumbs, which can all be updated in one click. In my presentation, I have this agenda that is repeated at the beginning of each section, helping users follow where we are, what we've seen already, and where we're going. I have 6 sections, so 6 pages like this. Now, if I don't have PowerUser, when I need to add a new section, I need to manually add the new section number and section name to my slide, realign every object, and update all the page numbers to reflect the new pages. I need to do this not just once, but once for every section, so 7 times. And as soon as we make another change, add or delete a slide, the page numbers will need to be updated again. I can easily waste 20 minutes each time. Instead, I'll use the PowerUser agenda. I'm going to add a new section, call it Executive Summary. Press Enter, then click on Update here at the bottom. And that's it. My table of content is updated everywhere perfectly. PowerUser updated all 7 pages, created section objects, and even added hyperlinks so I can click to navigate the presentation. I can also have breadcrumbs like this, showing on all my slides where we are in the presentation with a link back to the menu. All this automatically updated with just one click. Now, the agenda is highly customizable and should be adjusted to match your organization's visual identity. Since it can be a bit complicated to set up on your own, I recommend you simply contact us with an example of what you need if you want this for your team. Well, this is it for today. There are a few other functionalities, especially in Excel, but we've really covered the key features that should save you the most time. To wrap things up, we've talked about templates management. We've covered the library with slides, icons, flags, and images, charts and maps for quantitative data, and tombstones for business proposals. We've seen the Excel PowerPoint links to automate the update of reports, the AI assistant to translate, rephrase, convert to bullet points, etc., the alignment toolbar to accelerate the formatting, resizing, and alignment of objects. We've seen how to easily structure a presentation with an agenda and how to ensure format consistency with the Cleaner and the Smart Painter. So go ahead and practice, make yourself familiar with all these new superpowers, and go make amazing presentations.